Now on 4 News Now at 6, parents across the country holding their kids a little tighter tonight.
I was scared I was going to die.
4 people were shot and killed inside of a school in Georgia. We have the latest on the investigation.
Plus, a Coeur d'Alene middle school student suspended for threatening to shoot up his school. How police determine which threats are credible and the adjustments the school is making when he returns.
And once again, we're going back into the 90s tomorrow. I'm going to show you when it'll start to feel like fall, or if it will, anytime soon in your First Alert forecast. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Hurry up, everyone, let's go.
What you're looking at here is cell phone video taken by a student inside Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia. As they evacuated the building this morning, that is where a 14-year-old boy shot and killed 2 classmates and 2 teachers. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. At least 3 others were treated for gunshot wounds, according to the Northeast Georgia Health System. Investigators say Colt Gray surrendered when officers arrived on the scene. He's now in custody and will face murder charges. They also say he will be tried as an adult. The Barrow County Sheriff asking the community to rally together, not only to support the victims and their families, but the entire Winder community.
My heart hurts for these kids. My heart hurts for our community. But I want to make it very clear that hate will not prevail in this county.
The superintendent saying school has been canceled for the rest of the week. The school district will also be offering grief counseling to those affected. Many questions still remain here, including a possible motive. This is, of course, a developing story, and we will update you as we learn more. Now, back here at home, a teenager in Coeur d'Alene could soon face charges for threatening to shoot up his school.
Police saying that teen is suspended and won't be allowed back at Lakes Middle School until the investigation is complete. Our Jordan Smith joins us now from Lakes Middle School with how the school district handles these types of threats from students.
Yeah, well, I mean, the threats to shoot up this middle school here behind me were made on the first day back from summer break. And, you know, these are situations that are understandably treated with enormous gravity from both the school district and local police. Whether or not this was a joke, there are real-life consequences for making these threats. The 14-year-old has been suspended. School officials and Coeur d'Alene police met with the student and his parents at their home. They don't believe he has access to any guns and say that there's no active threat towards Lakes Middle School students. But because of the times we live in where parents and students can be justifiably nervous about heading back to school, safety is everything. I asked the school district, assuming this student isn't expelled, what happens when they're allowed to return to school? They say once the investigation is complete, they can make a safety plan moving forward.
Safety plans that can include increased supervision. It can include check-ins with school resource officers that are on campus. It can include random searches. It can include regular scheduled searches. These safety plans are robust and in place before that student can come back to school, and they must agree to it to be able to come back to school.
And the Coeur d'Alene School District, like so many others, have a very comprehensive safety plan in place. They have multiple threat assessment teams and student resource officers in every school. And they tell me that, of course, it's important to be proactive about this and transparent with the parents. As soon as this incident happened, an email went out to every parent to let them know what happened and exactly what's going to happen next. Meanwhile, we looked it up today, and according to Idaho law, this could be a misdemeanor. I'm trying to pull up the law here on my phone here, but essentially, what any person, including a student who threatens to use a firearm or deadly dangerous weapon to do violence to any person on school grounds, that could be classified as a misdemeanor and charged as such. And when we talked to Coeur d'Alene police today, they say that they're actively trying to pursue those charges in any event, in any incident that's similar to the one that happened here on Tuesday. So we'll keep you updated moving forward if charges are pressed and give you the latest updates as we receive them. For now, reporting live in Coeur d'Alene tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
We do have some breaking news tonight. A live look at investigators back in Winder, Georgia, giving an update on their investigation into that school shooting. Let's take a listen.
We will mention tonight, you know, I represented Barrow County when I was in the state Senate 20 years ago. These are our neighbors. These are our friends. And this community is hurting today. And I would just ask all Georgians and all Americans to continue to keep these families, these educators, and these students in your thoughts and prayers, and we will provide every state resource that is needed from here until they're not to support this community and support this team behind me. And with that, I'll turn it over to Director Hosey.
Thank you, Governor. Real quick, we wanted to provide some additional updates from today's events, and I will mention too that this will be our last update for the evening, so I please hope you'll understand that. Let me start by saying that there's no evidence to report that any additional shooter was involved in this incident today. Investigators are actively pursuing, however, any leads of any potential associates of the shooter that was involved in this incident. So I say that to say we're following up any potential leads through the investigation to ensure if there are any associates involved in this that we find them, we identify them. So that's part of, again, the ongoing investigation. There is no evidence of a list of schools being targeted. However, there is a lot of evidence that is being recovered and evaluated. We're going through everything to determine if there is any active threats to any schools in this area, this county, and the state of Georgia. And we will continue to monitor that throughout this investigation, throughout the evening as we carry on. There was a call, as we're aware of, to a local high school as well this morning with a reported threat. Police responded and investigated and determined that there was no threat after all. There's been reports that a Colton Gray, who is another student here at the school, was involved, or Colton Gray was involved in this. If you recall from a previous press conference earlier this afternoon, the individual that we have arrested and will be charged with this, his name is Colt Gray. But there is another student here at the school with a very similar name. We want to ensure everyone that Colton Gray is not involved in this incident. That is the name that I provided you earlier this afternoon. So those reports were inaccurate, if that was passed on to you. I do, however, want to identify the victims of this incident today, those that lost their life in this tragic event. Mason Schermerhorn, age 14, who is a student here at the school. Christian Angelo, who is 14, also a student here at the school. Richard Aspinwall, I'm not sure of his age, but he was a teacher here at the school. And Christina Irmery, I'm sorry for my pronunciation, who is also a teacher here at the school. We will post a list of these victims for the correct spellings for everyone later this evening after we complete the press conference here. Also, as has been released, the FBI's National Threat Operations Center has received anonymous tips in the past of online threats to commit school violence or school shootings at an undetermined location and time. The FBI referred this information to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office for action. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office identified and located Gray, who is our suspect in this case. They conducted an investigation at that time, and there was no probable cause for arrest or to take any additional law enforcement action. This is not recent, this is in the past, but we wanted to bring that to your attention because we are pursuing that, working with the FBI on that, and any connection to that incident that could be connected to today's incident as well. Also, we're also aware of some previous contacts that the Department of Family and Children's Services in the area had with the suspect and his family, and we are pursuing that avenue as well too to see if that has any connection with today's incident. Let me stress again, as we have many times, that this is still a very fluid investigation. It is still very active. We will have agents and there will be law enforcement personnel that will be pursuing investigative leads and collecting evidence throughout the night and into much of tomorrow, I would anticipate as well. We again ask for your patience in that. This is a criminal investigation, and we're going to treat it like that. So I apologize ahead of time if we don't answer some of the questions that you may ask. So please understand. I also want to bring note to one very special thing that we do not need to forget about here, is we have heroes.
All right, you've been listening to a live press conference on the school shooting that happened earlier today in Winder, Georgia. Authorities saying no evidence of anyone else involved, but they are pursuing potential leads into associates of the shooter. They also identified the 2 students who were killed as 14-year-old boys.
And it was just heartbreaking to hear that there's so much left to find out about this investigation. Again, that was the Georgia Bureau of Investigation talking. They've been talking with reporters all day and all night. It looks like they're 3 hours ahead of us. There was some name confusion, it sounded like, for the shooter earlier in the day. They were making sure that everyone knew that the name of the shooter is Colt Gray, not Colton. Very important as social media starts to spread.
Because there is a Colton Gray who also goes to that school, so.
Just a really difficult situation, and you know, started off by saying neighbors, friends, and the community there are hurting. So many parents are listening to this today, thinking of them, and we will continue to be reporting on this throughout the evening. Let's send it over now to meteorologist Matt Gray, who has our first alert forecast.
All right, thank you, Kirsten. And after a couple of days where we were just in the 80s, although we were getting pretty close to 90 today in Spokane. We're up into the 90s again, which is well above average here for September. And so a little reminder from our friends at the National Weather Service is we're over the next few days. This is about as hot as it gets at this point in the year in the inland Northwest. So just a little reminder to treat it like a midsummer day and make sure that you're taking care of yourself if you're doing some things outside. So we're going to be up into the middle 90s tomorrow. I expect Spokane to top out somewhere around 93, 94, depending on your neighborhood. Overall, another beautiful sunny day for your Thursday. Otherwise, once we get past this, though, we really start to crank up the heat, and I expect it to be a toasty weekend, basically just as warm as some of those temperatures that we saw last weekend. Here's some other hot spots here for your Thursday. 101 in Lewiston, 93 for Pullman, 97 in Grand Coulee. 96 in Moses Lake. Only spot really on our board here in the 80s will be Sandpoint. Still be pretty warm though for Sandpoint. 88 degrees for the afternoon. Now for Spokane, if we go back to that, we have, as I mentioned, that this is about as hot as it gets this time of the year. Here are our records for the next 4 days, and I think 3 out of these 4 days we are at least going to tie and perhaps even break 3 days worth of daily high temperature records. So yeah, it's going to be pretty toasty, and we'll show you that part of the forecast and how long this September heat is going to last coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you. This Friday, the Freeman school shooter will be resentenced. Caleb Sharp was 15 years old when he shot and killed one of his classmates and injured 3 others in 2017. He was originally sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. A court of appeals vacated the sentence because state law says minors who commit a crime when they're under the age of 16 can't be required to serve a fixed term of more than 25 years in prison. His previous sentencing took months because the judge allowed victims and families to share the impact the shooting has had on their lives. This week's sentencing should be much shorter since those are already on the record. You can stream the hearing on your connected TV using the KXLY Plus app or on KXLY.com starting at 2 o'clock this Friday.
Another spike in COVID cases has been detected in Spokane's wastewater levels.
Now, kids often get sick after school is back in session. On your screen, you can see the Spokane County wastewater testing reports. The large spike is near the end of the chart. That's from about mid-August on. Our Hunter Bertram is in studio with your concerns and tips to stop the spread of COVID and sickness this school year.
Yeah, Derek, Kirsten, with school back in session, the challenge of keeping your kids from getting sick is only beginning. So I asked parents in our community their concerns.
Spokane has experienced a recent jump in COVID detected in its water waste levels just before the school year started for many of our kids.
Summer went so fast this year, and we're excited to be back to school, back with our friends, and kids love to run up, hug their friends, share their drinks, all of those things.
Those things make parents' hearts melt, but also their nightmares rage, passing germs, sickness, and here at the beginning of the year, COVID.
So we have had a little bit of a bump in the amount of COVID we're seeing lately, and it's hard. We're 4 years into this. We're tired of this. It's not really on people's radar.
So I asked parents in our community if they were concerned sending their kids back to school, and you can see the overwhelming response I received filled with very different answers. Another question I asked if parents knew when it's appropriate to send their kids back if they caught COVID. Once again, different answers across the board. One parent commenting they'd send their kid back if they are fever-free for 24 hours. Dr. DeHolst saying,
if your child has a fever, if they're just so exhausted, if for some reason they're vomiting, they're not able to keep fluids down, keep them home.
And CDC guidance states your kid can go back to school when for at least 24 hours. Both of these are true. First, their symptoms are getting better overall.
And they have not had a fever and are not using fever-reducing medication. In studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Hunter, thank you. Still ahead, Second Harvest is wrapping up its latest mobile market right now. Why the organization says these types of events are so important. Coming up next on 4 News Now at 6.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Save your green! Bigger, brighter, and better than ever. Check in on the new Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. We've just completed a major expansion, adding more amenities to elevate your guest experience to new heights.
So, what are you waiting for?
There are those who factor and those who don't. Nothing this good comes this easy.
Except Factor.
Fresh, never frozen meals ready in 2 minutes.
This summer, don't sweat it. Bill's Heating and AC has you covered with the best prices on air conditioners and heat pumps. Guaranteed. With over 3,000 5-star reviews, we're the locally owned company you can trust. Our expert technicians provide fast, reliable service to ensure your home stays comfortable all season long. And should you ever have an issue, we're open 7 days a week to provide immediate help. So what are you waiting for? Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote today.
Respect, protect, pay essential grocery store workers.
Because my coworkers and I stood united with our union, UFCW 3000.
We just negotiated a record-setting contract for the essential grocery store workers at Albertsons, Fred Meyer, and Safeway.
We are able to secure funding for workforce development and training and pension contribution increases.
If you'd like a strong union at your workplace, contact us here.
Tomorrow, things are heating up live on Good Morning America. Robin's in the hot seat with Sean Evans live. Can Robin handle the heat in the Hot Ones Challenge? Tomorrow on Good Morning America.
Catch all the action at Caesar Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Would you believe moms who get all dressed up just to drop off their kids at school? Next, Inside Edition. Forget sweatpants and messy hair. These moms are getting dressed for the morning school drop-off.
This is my look. See you drop off.
Then, college gymnast Slane, shot down in the prime of life. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Welcome back. Food insecurity is on the rise nationally and here in the Northwest. According to Feeding America, over 13% of people in Spokane County are food insecure.
And that's why organizations like Second Harvest are hosting mobile markets across eastern Washington and North Idaho to bring healthy food to anyone who needs it. Derek Strom is live where Second Harvest is responding to that growing demand for food banks here in the region.
Kirsten, Derek, things are winding down here at Second Harvest Mobile Market at the Northeast Community Center, but Second Harvest says they were able to serve up to around 400 families today. This mobile market was only for families that registered in advance, but Second Harvest has 10 more coming up this month that are open to everyone. The volunteers and workers at Second Harvest start setting the menu for mobile markets by scouting out food that's been donated by the farmers it partners with. Volunteers are sorting eggplants and cucumbers, but the mobile markets also include fresh fruit and meat provided by the Washington State Beef Commission.
It's the first harvest that makes the second harvest possible. So we're so thankful for the farmers and ranchers and other folks in the ag industry that contribute generously to help make sure that produce is available to people who struggle and might otherwise go without.
Maurer says the number of people they see at mobile markets is growing, even compared to just a few years ago. He says mobile markets that were serving around 200 families have grown to serve over 400 families now.
So there can be all kinds of reasons. The persistence of inflation has really driven prices pretty high on grocery bills for a lot of folks, and that's tended to create folks seeking food assistance, many for the first time.
The mobile market team at Second Harvest makes stops at schools, colleges, elderly care facilities, and churches throughout every month. Second Harvest says the personal connections volunteers make with the people they serve is what makes mobile markets so fulfilling.
It's very exciting just to see the smile, the light up on people's faces, whether it's the kids, you see kids get excited about the watermelon, or the parents getting excited to try to figure out how to incorporate this new green vegetable into their kids' meal that week.
Now, Second Harvest has nearly a dozen more mobile markets coming up throughout eastern Washington and northern Idaho this month. You can find details for all of those on our website. Live in Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
And coming up after these commercial messages, we've got your forecast. There is some end in sight to this summer-like weather pattern we're in. We'll show you that next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Spokane Fair is September 6 to 15. Plan your fun at thespokanefair.com. The Spokane Fair is Friday, September 6 to Sunday, September 15. This is where the Wheatland Bank PRCA Rodeo happens Saturday, September 7. Get your tickets today at thespokanefair.com.
Bad sleep.
No, the worst.
You know, there's really no excuse for bad sleep. During the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress.
Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Take up to $100 off our Doctor's Choice Original lineup and up to $200 off our Doctor's Choice Hybrid lineup. Check out the Summit, just $299.99. Or get 60 months, no interest, and free shipping.
Hurry, the extended Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
This entire election season can feel overwhelming.
Trust 4 News Now to cut through the chaos and give you back control. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. 4 News Now, For the People coverage is focused on the local races and issues that impact you.
We'll get answers to your questions, fact-check politicians, and empower you with resources to make your vote count.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
For the People coverage, now until Election Day on 4 News Now and KXLY.com.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. I recommend Pronamel Active Shield because it actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients.
Try Pronamel mouthwash.
The Gamma Knife we have here in Spokane is the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Gamma Knife that is available in the world.
The brain is high-priced real estate. It's very important for cognition, physical function. You only want to hit the tumor and give very, very little dose to the surrounding brain.
It's the only machine capable of delivering this type of precision and with almost no interruption in any of the other treatments that they need.
Not only is this the best radiation technology, but it's delivered by a caring team of professionals who have been doing this for decades.
The Spokane Fair is Friday, September 6 to Sunday, September 15. All school employees, private and public, receive free admission all day, Sunday, September 15 for STCU. Free admission for School Employees Day. Learn more at thespokanefair.com.
Thanks for watching 4 News Now at 6. It's time for your forecast. As I mentioned earlier in the program, this is about as hot the next few days as it ever gets in September around the inland Northwest. Take a look at the next 3 days. Here are our records set back from the 80s, the 40s, 2003, 96, 94, 95. September 8th, the record high is only 93. Now let's take a look at what's going on for the next 4 days. Well, Thursday, tomorrow, highs right around 93 in Spokane. That's pretty warm, but not near a record. And then we start setting the records heading into Friday. Friday, 96 degrees. Saturday, 97. Sunday, 95. And this white line all the way down here is our average at this point in the year. So we're definitely on the extreme warm end of that. And we're just going to keep stacking up these 90-degree days at least for the next 4 days. After that, we may start to see things begin to break, at least slightly. And with the heat, well, we saw that this past weekend when we were up in the 90s, comes fire danger and wildfire smoke production. And so that's what we're going to be watching pretty closely here over the next few days. Big fires down in Idaho have been keeping things kind of in the moderate range around north central Idaho to as far north as places like Pullman and St. Mary's. And you can see all these kind of yellow and red dots here showing the last 3-4 days of wildfire activity around north central Idaho and into western Montana. Normally, this is not a place geographically where the winds would come from. However, we are seeing a little bit of that as we head into tomorrow, and so moderate air quality unlikely to improve across basically everywhere south of St. Mary's. We will continue to see at least a little bit of haze here through the day on Thursday. Now, the rest of the work week looks okay. As we get into kind of that Saturday, Sunday time frame, we may see a shift towards southerly winds, and then that's going to be another place where I'm going to be watching for potential air quality concerns. It'll also be a little bit breezier as we try to cool down. Stay hydrated, by the way, if you're headed to Pullman for that big Texas Tech game.
Plus, a school that teaches students about the trades. We'll tell you how you can get your students involved coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Overwhelmed with online options? To help you make the upgrade before winter, we're taking 50% off our fall favorites and offering 0% interest, big box prices, and small town service only at your local floor trader.
Deodorant, but not as you know it. For thighs, folds, pits, and bits. 72-hour odor control, full of skin-loving ingredients. Plus, it's dermatologist and gynecologist approved. Introducing whole body deodorant from Dove.
Frizz, dryness, breakage. New Dove 10-in-1 Serum Hair Mask with Peptide Complex. Fortifies hair bonds at a molecular level. Helps reverse 10 signs of damage in 1 minute. Keep living. We'll keep repairing.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock Get It Today inventory in the region. Don't miss out on this limited time offer to upgrade your kitchen with the Frigidaire Professional 4-piece package and save up to $3,100. Experience precision cooking with this Frigidaire range. Keep your dishes sparkling with this professional dishwasher. This sleek microwave offers sensor cooking technology, and this fabulous refrigerator designed with our Space Pro shelving system.
There are those who factor and those who don't. Nothing this good comes this easy.
Except Factor.
Fresh, never frozen meals, ready in 2 minutes.
In Comes Company, the smash hit Broadway musical. Winner of 5 Tony Awards, including Best Revival of a Musical. Company is a hilarious musical masterpiece about life, love, and good company. Critics give it 5 stars, saying yes. It's really that good. Playing September 11th through 15th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Overwhelmed with online options? To help you make the upgrade before winter, we're taking 50% off our fall favorites and offering 0% interest, big box prices, and small town service only at your local floor trader.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wonders of the World.
Well, seniors in Spokane now have a new place to enjoy a free, warm meal in a welcoming space. Meals on Wheels opened a Silver Cafe in Medical Lake today.
The organization noticed a need for this service in the area after the devastating Gray Fire. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yart spoke with survivors who share what this new space means to them.
People are just finishing up their lunches here at the new Silver Cafe in Medical Lake. Those here today tell me that coming meant more than just having a warm meal. It meant feeling a sense of community.
It's definitely more than a meal.
Sue Fisher has been going to the Silver Cafe in Cheney for the last couple of years. Today, she got to do that for the first time in the place she calls home. Medical Lake.
People don't come for the food so much. They come for the socialization, getting out, being around people.
Meals on Wheels started Silver Cafes with the goal of helping seniors battle isolation by providing a welcoming space to enjoy a warm meal with friends.
They're the only point of contact that they have and the only interaction that they have with other people. So decided that Medical Lake would be the perfect spot to open one, considering the natural disasters that they've dealt with recently.
The Great Fire destroyed Fisher's home just over a year ago. For her, the community she got from Silver Cafe was essential in providing her with what she needed.
My family group on Thursdays at Cheney was very supportive of me, gave me many things that I needed, asked me what I needed, and they're always there for me.
The Silver Cafe in Medical Lake offers lunch for seniors every Wednesday, starting at 11. The meal is free. All you need to do is show up.
Now we can have a little more fellowship with each other and meet new people.
Meals on Wheels operates 12 other Silver Cafes, which serve around 4,500 people. Today, it gave people in Medical Lake a place to enjoy lunch with their friends and a community for
caring about people, having people care about them.
Reporting in Medical Lake, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Very sweet. Well, new details on the school shooting in Georgia that left 2 students and 2 teachers dead.
We have the latest details on the investigation next on 4 News Now at 6. Stay with us.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
This summer, don't sweat it. Bill's Heating and AC has you covered with the best prices on air conditioners and heat pumps, guaranteed. With over 3,000 5-star reviews, we're the locally owned company you can trust. Our expert technicians provide fast, reliable service to ensure your home stays comfortable all season long. And should you ever have an issue, we're open 7 days a week to provide immediate help. So what are you waiting for? Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote today.
Do you have a storage problem? Wisman Storage Containers is your all-in-one local storage solution. We offer a variety of sizes and provide free delivery within the greater Spokane area. Wisman Storage Containers is your locally owned and family-operated storage solution. Don't just store. Secure your stuff today.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series.
I love you too.
Parmalee, one of country's most undeniable hit makers. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, September 12th. Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 10th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com to buy your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
Next DT, Lady Gaga in Venice for the Joker sequel, plus the new cast of Dancing with the Stars and real-life couple from Tell Me Lies.
We just spilled the tea.
Next DT.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Next Live, actress Carrie Coon, plus Daniel Day Kim, and Cooking with Taryn Hall and co-author Liz Styling. It's a new season of Live.
Watch Live tomorrow at 9, right after GMA. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We are continuing to follow that breaking news out of Winder, Georgia tonight.
I was scared I was going to die, to be honest. And when I heard hard lockdown, I knew it wasn't a drill.
Within just the last half hour, investigators gave an update on the shooter, Colt Gray.
He's the 14-year-old accused of shooting 2 of his classmates and 2 teachers. We have learned there is no evidence that any other shooter was involved. They said they received tips of a threat to another school in that area in northeast Georgia, but they determined that was not real. They also said Gray had previously been investigated by the FBI for threats he made online. Investigators also revealed that an AR-style weapon was used in this attack.
And they also released the names of the 4 people who were killed. We don't know all 4 of them. We know the 14-year-old students were Mason Schermerhorn and Christian Angelo.
All right, let's send it over to Matt Gray now with a look at that first alert forecast. Matt.
All right, thank you, Derek. It has been a little toasty today in the inland northwest, getting a little bit warmer. And our average is somewhere around 80. So if you're within about 5 degrees of that, that's a pretty normal early September day. We're definitely much warmer than that. And we did briefly reach 90 degrees officially here in Spokane today. So put another one on the board. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But here's your planner for this evening. Still going to be on the warm side through about 8 o'clock and then quickly cooling off into the 60s as we approach midnight. We're going to be even warmer for tomorrow by 3-4 degrees. So I expect that we'll be firmly in the 90s by about 2 in the afternoon or so, and then continue through those late afternoon and early evening hours with those 90-degree temperatures. And this is just the beginning. We are going to continue to heat up through the weekend. And at that point, we're going to be setting some records around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene for temperatures, and in many other parts of the inland northwest as well. There is, however, at least a glimmer of some hope on the horizon if you want a little bit of rain for your gardens or your lawns. That's coming up in your forecast. Plus Wildlife Wednesday.
Thank you, Matt. Well, a charter school in North Idaho takes kids out of the traditional school setting and offers a more hands-on learning experience.
Elevate Academy North teaches grades 6 through 12 and still has some openings for this school year. Marissa Rio takes us into the school and shows us all it has to offer.
It's not every day that you see students using a table saw in class, but here at Elevate Academy North, this is normal.
We work with a bunch of wood. Last year in 8th grade, we built dog houses and sold them. And this year we're going to be building catapults.
It was in this construction class that Lex Blondeau realized he wanted to pursue this as a career. As a technical trade school, that's the goal here.
It really sets you up to have a job right out of high school, and I don't have to worry about being able to go in the medical field and finding my own job. I can just go straight out of high school and already know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Christina and Will want to go into the medical field, and the courses here are setting them up to graduate with their certificate in medical assisting. They both started off in a more traditional school setting, but it was here that they really started to thrive.
So this is just really one-on-one. The teachers really get to help you and you get to focus with them. It's really nice.
This school really has it all. It even has welding, and I just spoke to a few students who tell me that they love the creative freedom that these classes have for them. Now, if you think your student would thrive in this kind of setting, the school is open for enrollment. There are still openings for this school year in grades 6, 10, 11, and 12. Students learn about anything from cooking to manufacturing, like Hunter Randall here, who is currently working on getting an internship with ATC Manufacturing.
These courses definitely have a great hand in that. They teach you what you need to know, and that can help you get an internship where you can learn more on the field with hands-on experience.
For more information about the school or enrollment, visit our website at kxly.com. In Post Falls, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Well, an independent investigation now finds that Spokane Valley City Council member Al Merkel has likely violated the state's Public Records Act. Merkel is accused of using a private Nextdoor account for city business. He is also accused of blocking users and deleting posts on social media. The issue with this is that any city business he may have discussed cannot be archived for public record compliance. According to the city, Merkel believes the content on his personal Nextdoor account is not city business or public record, so he has not agreed to release those records. Merkel now has 7 business days to appeal these findings. After that, the City Council will review the report and consider taking further action.
Well, in less than 24 hours, employees at Sacred Heart will be protesting the closure of the hospital's inpatient psychiatric unit. Providence says it's closing that unit because of a lack of qualified healthcare workers applying and working in inpatient settings. With one nurse saying this means there are no longer any dedicated acute care hospital inpatient beds specializing in care for adolescents experiencing a mental health crisis. Teens would have to either go to Kootenai or Seattle to receive care. Well, WSU will take on Texas Tech on Saturday.
And a familiar face is returning to Pullman.
Yeah, former Coug Josh Kelly now plays for Texas Tech. What the Cougs had to say about facing off against their friend turned foe. That's next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by Lewis Clark Valley.
Mississauga Casino Hotel is open north of Spokane on Highway 395. Stay with us, relax and rejuvenate while taking advantage of our amazing amenities, including a restaurant and lounge. Our coffee corner is open daily at 5:30 a.m. Mississauga Casino Hotel is the perfect spot to book your next special event. We have a 4,000 square foot event center and an exceptional team ready to help you host your event. We invite you to stay and play. Make your reservations now at Mississauga.com.
You're ready for a solution to tooth loss, but dentures disappoint and expensive implants aren't for you. A breakthrough option is here. Clear Choice, the #1 provider of fixed full arch dental implants in the USA, now provides implant dentures that combine the durability and security of implants with the affordability of dentures in an easy, convenient process. Confidently eat the foods you love. A permanent, more secure answer to tooth loss is within reach. Implant dentures, now from Clear Choice. Call or go online to make your appointment today.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
What makes Hospice of Spokane unique is their level of dedication to the patient.
That's our goal, is patients and their families and their needs.
Your team feels like our team. That's how much we know you care about making sure patients and families get what they need.
We go, I feel like, above and beyond for the hospice patients to make that last journey of life comfortable.
In Comes Company, the smash hit Broadway musical. Winner of 5 Tony Awards, including Best Revival of a Musical. Company is a hilarious musical masterpiece about life, love, and good company. Critics give it 5 stars, saying yes. It's really that good. Playing September 11th through 15th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Well, when Washington State takes on Texas Tech on Saturday, the Cougars will run into a familiar face on the opposing team.
Former WSU wide receiver Josh Kelly is now the star player for the Red Raiders. Julian Minnesota joins us. And so what do the Cougs think about going up against their old teammate?
Well, on paper, he's a former Coug, but on the field on Saturday, he's going to be just another guy to Washington State. And there are some challenges in facing a former teammate. Kelly is familiar with the Cougs, but on the flip side, the Cougs are familiar with him. Kelly had 10 catches for 156 yards and a touchdown in Texas Tech's win over Abilene Christian last week. He's going to be a major focal point for the Cougar defense, and some of the players are already looking forward to facing off against their old friend.
We all know Josh is a good player. We know what he can do, but we got good players, and he knows what we about. So, yeah, he gonna come out here, and it's gonna be a rough day for him.
Little friendly jab there. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock on Saturday in Pullman. Eastern Washington will be facing an unfamiliar opponent on Saturday. The Eagles will match up against the Drake Bulldogs for the first time ever, and they will be well rested. Eastern hasn't played since last Thursday, so for the players and coaches, there is no excuse to come out flat this weekend.
It helps us a lot having those extra days just to watch extra film and just to keep going over the next opponent in the next week.
You've played one, you're a veteran now. Those butterflies are gone. And I really like that mentality because you've had one. You know what the taste is like. You know what the environment is like. And you only get 12 of them, so seize the opportunity.
Now, interesting note, Drake only played one half before weather canceled their home opener against Division II Quincy. So this will be their first full game. Kickoff is at 4 o'clock in Cheney. And the Cougars and Eagles are at home for a second straight game. The Idaho Vandals will be on the road for a second straight weekend. The Vandals travel to take on Wyoming. Starting quarterback Jack Lane is out indefinitely with a collarbone injury. So in steps backup freshman QB Jack Wagner. Head coach Jason Eck is excited to see what Wagner can do, but he also says the whole team will have to step up with their starting QB on the sideline.
Football being a team sport, when one guy goes down, you need that guy to step up, but you need everybody else to rally around him. You know, you need the offensive line to play better, the backs to play better, the tight ends, the special teams, the defense, and that's what good teams do.
Idaho pushed Oregon to the brink on Saturday, so we'll see if they can get over the hump and get the first win of the season against Wyoming. Kickoff is at 12:30 this Saturday. And Spokane Velocity are taking on Union Omaha at One Spokane Stadium, right across the street from us. No score yet there in the first half. We'll have highlights for you tonight at 11. Guys?
All right, Julian, thank you. The Spokane Indians are playing out their postseason at Gonzaga's Patterson Baseball Complex because the Vista Stadium is getting some much-needed work done, including a full field renovation, expanded dugouts, foul ball netting, and padded outfield walls. The work should be done just in time for next year's season, which is why they had to start right away.
Well, the 17-year-old boy who was hit by a car last week in West Spokane County died in the hospital over the weekend. According to the sheriff's office, the teen was hit by a Jeep on West Mulvine Road just off of I-90, just north of Four Lakes. Investigators say the teen was standing near the center line of the road while another teen was checking the tie-down straps of their car. The driver of the Jeep stopped to help the victim until officials arrived. Investigators say it was dark and both cars had their headlights on.
They also say the victim was wearing dark clothing at the time. As of right now, it is unclear why he was in the road.
Coming up after the break, we'll have your weather forecast. You can see our low temperatures well above average in the white line, trending upwards. Our highs in the afternoon, they are doing the same. We'll show you how hot we're expected to get this weekend, plus Wildlife Wednesday.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Spokane Fair is Friday, September 6th to Sunday, September 15th.
This is where the Wheatland Bank PRCA Rodeo happens Saturday, September 7th.
Get your tickets today at thespokanefair.com.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Hi, I'm Chris with Tactical Plumbing. We're a well-known, locally owned company with a great reputation with our customers. While the new housing boom stays strong, we are excited to announce that we are growing our company to provide homeowners with our precision services.
Tactical Plumbing has over 30 years of combined experience, and we are now booking residential service and repair. Tactical Plumbing providing our community with carefully planned and strategically executed plumbing solutions.
Call us or visit our website today for all of your plumbing needs.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. Neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
The Spokane Fair is Friday, September 6th to Sunday, September 15th.
Everyone 55 and older receives free fair admission all day, September 9th, compliments of U.S. Bank.
Learn more at thespokanefair.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Welcome back. Target is bringing back its popular car seat trade-in program that aims to reduce waste in landfills. Starting on the 15th of this month, you can drop off your old car seat at Target stores. In return, you get a 20% discount on a new stroller or some select baby gear, or a new car seat. The company will accept and recycle all types of car seats and booster seats, regardless of their condition, including those bases and, like I said, booster car seats. The program runs through September 28th. A lot of people I know hold on to their car seats for September for that program.
There you go. All right, Matt Gray joining us now, and you know it's getting real hot when you've got a heat advisory coming in.
Yeah, you know, we've said this in other very hot years. There's never been a 100-degree day in September, and there still won't be in Spokane. But we're going to be pretty darn close. The all-time record's 98. We're going to be up in that 97 territory here by the time we get later into the weekend. So that's going to be fun. Let's talk about something more fun than hot weather. It's Wildlife Wednesday.
Everybody loves Wildlife Wednesday.
So all the photographers are out at Lake Coeur d'Alene because the osprey are catching them kokanee to varying levels of success. Courtney Litwin said she saw a different osprey, not the one pictured here, eventually drop their catch because, well, it was wiggling around too much. Or there were big salmon out there in that lake. And then, thanks to Ron Burdick, also catching the lakeside buffet. Had a few people take some kokanee catches for us this week on Wildlife Wednesday. Susie also went out. She went to try and find some osprey. Was a little bit less successful, though she did send us a picture. But she also sent us this. She went looking out for some moose on a day where she wasn't having luck down by the lake. Look at the little guy. He's got big fuzzy ears.
He looks so friendly.
They're very cute, and you know, really kind of really growing out the upper hairs there. Hopefully that doesn't mean anything about this winter. Old folk tales there. On Labor Day, Pat sends us this and said he was driving along by the Spokane River and the big old bald eagle was sitting there. He said probably 5 or 6 cars stopped right behind him so they could all take the pictures. Yeah, something a little different. It almost looks like you could transplant this to like Lake Coeur d'Alene in December, just because of how a little bit gloomy it was on Labor Day at times. We've seen a lot of sunshine so far this month. And then the hummingbirds, they're still around. They're taking advantage of the warm weather. And look at the expression on this little one's face from Dora Z. Davis. Lots of folks sending in hummingbirds. I want to thank everybody who sent a picture this week for Wildlife Wednesday. Now, let's talk about your not so September-like weather. Definitely feels a lot more like July or August, and it will continue to do so. 1, 2, 3, 4 days, more days. We hit 90 briefly today around Spokane. We got 4 more. We're going to be in that upper 90s range. Likely set records on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Brand new daily temperature records. As this high pressure takes control, you can see in those dark colors the winds arcing up to the north and going around that big dome of heat here. It is going to weaken just a little bit as we begin the weekend. We've already built up enough heat to where we'll see our hottest temperatures over the weekend. By the time we get to Sunday, winds are going to kick up just a little bit, and that's because cool air is coming. Now, when it gets here, it's still a bit of an open question, but we may see things get a little bit more unsettled, and of course we'll let you know as we get closer to those days, kind of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, how things will evolve here. So we are going to be flirting with that 7 days, which would be second on the list for the most 90-degree days in September. Don't think we're going to get to 10 unless we have another round of heat come in later in the month. But it's going to stay pretty hot and breezy all the way up through Monday, and then we start cooling down for the middle of next week. I've even put in a chance of rain for Wednesday. Looks like Wednesday, Thursday is when it's really going to cool down and when we'll finally have a chance for a little more rain.
All right, Matt, thank you. Well, sports are a great way to build self-confidence, make friends, and stay healthy.
As athletes climb the ladder into competitive, collegiate, or even professional teams, the stakes are higher. And sadly, abuse of athletes can go on for years unreported.
The why is so important because I think when people put it in the perspective of Larry Nassar, who they've heard of, and other situations they know of where there have been problems, and to know that someone now has a plan to try to make it better.
That plan starts with Molly Schemmel and a job you probably haven't heard of before, a designated safeguarding officer. I'll show you the program used by the Spokane Zephyr and Velocity and how it could make all sports programs safer, including your child's. That's tomorrow in my special report on 4 News Now at 6. Well, NASA says the Boeing Starliner spacecraft will return to Earth this weekend, about 3 months overdue.
But the capsule's 2 astronauts won't be on it. CNN's Karen Kafa explains.
NASA on Wednesday detailing the plan to bring the beleaguered Boeing Starliner space capsule back to Earth without its 2-person crew.
Today, the Boeing team powered on Starliner systems and performed a variety of pre-undock activities, both on the systems and crew activities to get the capsule ready to come home. Tomorrow, Butch and Sunny will review procedures as they will be the ones closing the hatches between Starliner and the space station.
Just after 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, Starliner is scheduled to undock from the International Space Station, leaving astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams in space as the capsule tracks for an early Saturday arrival.
This will dip Starliner's orbit into our atmosphere and will allow it to land at White Sands, New Mexico, just after midnight Eastern.
The Starliner carried Williams and Wilmore to the International Space Station on June 5th. The plan was for the 2 astronauts to return home in about a week, but the Starliner suffered setbacks with helium leaks and 5 of its 28 thrusters stopped working. After extensive discussion, NASA ultimately decided to bring Starliner back to Earth without the crew on board, but expressed confidence Wednesday that the capsule itself can land.
We have requirements for protecting the public as well, and so we have confidence in the thrusters. We went and looked at the thruster performance.
The astronauts will fly home with the crew of a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule that was already slated to make an ISS routine mission. Their return expected early next year. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
And here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hard water damage makes it hard to keep your home looking picture perfect. Culligan softeners reduce buildup and cleaning time, transforming your water into the fine art of a long-lasting clean. Culligan, water you love.
What makes a Subaru certified pre-owned vehicle better than an average vehicle?
It starts with longevity. 97% of Subaru vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. Every certified pre-owned Subaru gets a 152-point inspection where anything that doesn't meet our high standards is repaired or replaced.
If you're in the market for a Subaru, don't compromise on quality or affordability. Come see our huge selection of vehicles and receive your no-problem customer service at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Looks like you need some kind of quick payment to settle this whole mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to those one call that's all guys.
We want to make sure you're actually taken care of after an accident like this.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Are your windows and doors costing you money in lost energy efficiency? Northwest Window and Door is the solution. Our Marvin Windows and Doors will save you money while updating the look of your home. Our skilled team of experts are the best in the business. Visit us online today at nwwindow.com to set up a no-pressure consultation with one of our friendly, knowledgeable sales associates and get the energy savings of Marvin Windows and Doors.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our Labor Day Super Sale and discover unbeatable deals and save quality time to spend with your family. Like this GE front-load washer and dryer for $7.49 each. These high-efficiency machines offer advanced features like steam cleaning and quick wash settings, making laundry less chore and more of a breeze. And save up to $500 additional if you buy more. At Fred's, we sell appliances.
Only appliances. Jinx 1 to 5 to 7, 9, 10.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness and get started on a new workout routine to get you sculpted for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
Hey, Andy here with Brothers Flooring Design, and if you've been looking to remodel your kitchen or bathroom and are looking for a company who can pick out what you need, design it, and install it, at Brothers Flooring we can do it all. I guarantee it.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Toyota.
All right, one last look at your forecast before we send you off for the evening. It's going to be hot out there.
Very hot.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Thank you for being with us here on 4 News Now at 6.
We'll see you at 11.